you by the fire. Listen, listen. There's something I must confide. I know I said that it'd be fine. I know I made it look like it'd be alright, but I think I learned my lesson, and I'm not gonna let you out of my sight. You can call me killer, 'cause I'll bring you to the light. And it might taste bitter when you're answering to God. You can call me killer as you look into my eyes. Nothing but a sinner. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this time. You won't get away.
All right, let's get this nonsense going, shall we? Okay, so I decided I wanted to be all sophisticated and have a cup of tea. So, it took me a minute to get that all done. All done. So mainly I'm gonna get the 4-star arena done, the 4-star basic. And then we'll see if I got the 6 stars up. So I'm here early because I want to get the arenas done. And then I'm gonna start the last path with this later. And seeing as I'll have suicides off the majority of it. And I do not like doing arena with suicides off, so I want to get the most use out of it while I can. And yeah, that's the plan. And I'm going to get off the mic, turn up the music. I'm sure Melvino will be around at some point. And when he does, I'll probably get back on and chatter him up. All right.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing.
Well, so much for being off the mic. How you doing, Brian? What's going down, Mr. Grimm? So I'm trying to be a proper Brit today, Grim. I've got myself a cup of tea. My accent ain't, no, that's more like a southern accent. Yeah, you know what? I don't think it's not me doing the accent. It's actually the accent coming through me. So, yeah. I mean, I might try something, but something else is like, nope, ain't happening. How's the day going for you guys? This is the earliest I've been up in, probably 2 weeks. I actually went to bed somewhat early last night, 2. Last few nights I've been up till like 3. I think one there's 5. Ugh. I gotta stop that nonsense. And then should be starting the Abyss in about 2 hours. Probably try not to continue doing that beyond 11 tonight. I know it's gonna take me a while because I'll do a fight or two and then I need almost an hour break. So yeah, I'm feeling alright. I figure this little bit of tea will give me a little bit of a pickup. I'll be good to go. Bright as rain. Yeah. So when I was a kid, I think I was about 12, I had my one of my front teeth knocked out, and since then I've had like a fake tooth there, or a cap, and last year, probably about this time, maybe a little later, or early in the winter, it came loose, and so I went to the dentist. They ended up taking it out. And like there was a metal rod that had been in there to fasten the fake tooth to the bone. Anyway, so I'm without a front tooth, and I'm probably gonna get like a what do they call it? Like a implant. Well, actually, I was supposed to have that done in November, but I think they're trying to limit like dental visits and stuff. But anyways, so up until doing YouTube, other than my brother and roommate, I haven't, my brother's family and brother and roommate, I haven't really talked much. But I've been noticing since doing YouTube, I go to say words and they're like all messed up. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? But it's because of the missing tooth. So I can't pronounce some words properly. But it's funny because I don't know, I guess probably, no. So like with my brother or roommate, like it's a conversation, right? So it's a back and forth. So I wouldn't necessarily be talking as much, whereas on YouTube, I'm like doing this, I'm the only one talking for the most part, right? So I'm speaking a lot. But I don't know what it was. There was something I was saying yesterday. I just couldn't pronounce it. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? And then, I realized it just... And it's funny because when when I had the tooth removed, the dentist was saying, okay, like, you want something temporary in there until we do the implant. And I'm like, no, because, it's just going to be cosmetics, right? And I like, is it going to have any impact in, like, shifting the other teeth and, like, with the gap there? And he's like, no, it could, but for the length of time where... there'll be nothing there. It shouldn't cause too much, like a big problem. So I'm like, well, if it's just going to be cosmetics, I don't really care. But if I had had any idea that it would impact my speech like it has, yeah, I would have gone for the temporary thing. I don't remember. All I remember is I kept trying to say it, and I'm like, why can't I say this word? Oh dear. So sometimes when I'm speaking, I'll just like can't think of the proper word or proper phrase to use. That's fine. But this was, I was saying the word, but it just didn't come out right. Like it just was not pronounced properly. Oh boy. It's funny how when you don't think of something or haven't experienced something, you don't realize how much of a impact it could have. Because like the tooth thing, I was thinking of having it out. Like the only consideration I thought was cosmetics, right? And like I can't smile. Well, I mean I can, but it looked like a Mike Tyson. Well, no, not quite. But looked like, you know, I've been in a fight or something. I never thought it would have had any impact on speech. And I'm kind of interested now, when I do get the implant, whether or not it will kind of like in a sense do the opposite. Like, so not necessarily correct speech, but if I'll find, so sometimes currently I'm compensating for certain words. So I wonder if when I get the implant in, if it will be compensating the other way. Yeah, probably. And I think because it's a front tooth, so, because like your front teeth would constrict your tongue to a certain point, so without that one front tooth, the tongue pops through every now and then. Oh, so right after I had the implant, I came home, and I think it was that day I stubbed my foot or something, and I went to say a vulgar word, and I'm like, oh my lord, I can't say that bad word because it just wouldn't come out. There's something that rhymes with fire truck. See, I can't even say fire properly. Oh dear. Wait, Paul, I thought you were leaving because you couldn't stand the I like music. Actually, no, it's interesting. I like that. I like that intro thing that Ilac has, and like he doesn't like list his playlists or whatever, so that's fine. But I was looking for like non-copyrighted music or whatever to play like in the background, and I think it was during a street. No, I think okay. So the one I have now, it's like 6 hours. There's a couple others I found that are an hour or 3 hours, and I think it was this one or one of the others that I was playing through, and that intro music came up, and I was like, oh shit. But then I couldn't figure out how to cut that out of that specific like long playlist. Then I found the name of the song, and it took me a while actually. Oh, so so for the intro music, what that actually is, I found it on YouTube. So then I went on my phone on YouTube, did a screen recording, then transferred that over to my computer, and then transferred that over to an MP3. So yeah, that's actually what plays for that. I'll be here. I'm not going away anytime soon. I want to get to at least 1 million on the 4-star basic. Probably the 1.2 million. I may do a bit of the 3 stars too. Although the 3 stars normally like to get them all done just to the end milestone. It takes about an hour. So I'm not too worried about getting that done today. I could get that done tomorrow. And then I'm not sure if the 6 stars will be available before I'm done. I figure I'll be doing this for about an hour, a little bit more than an hour. Then record our war info, defensive kills, and then get started on the Abyss. Man, it would be nice to have that done. Ugh. I'm not even too worried about the rewards, just being done with it. Oh dear. There we go. know why, but the last couple of days I've noticed that I'm only doing, like, initially doing 4-hit combos. I don't know why I'm stopping on the 4th hit. Mr. Banaz. No, Pa, so that's why I'm doing the Abyss today. They posted in the forum, in the bugs forum, where there was the initial complaint of the problem with Aegon, that it's been fixed. And then I did some of ROL and found that, yeah, it seemed back to normal. Yeah, no, so if not for that, I definitely wouldn't be doing the Abyss today, and I probably wouldn't be streaming now. Yeah, Mr. Pernaz, I got up, well, early compared to the last little while, but this is kind of the time I used to be up. And then I wanted to knock out some of these arenas, so I figured, well, I'm sure there'll be other people around, so here I am. Interesting too, I mean, so there's 4 people watching currently, and usually when I start in the afternoon, I might have 4 people the entire time. So I mean, I don't know if there's just a bunch of people up with nothing to do or what. Where are you, Mr. Panaz? Is it early or late for you? See, I did it again. I don't know why I keep doing these 4-hit combos. I just don't throw that last light attack before the medium. It's so weird because it's not intentional. Okay. Yeah, I saw he was on. That was early for him too, right? Okay, yeah, I figured. I didn't figure you were in North America, so. So I was doing some arena. No. What was I doing? Oh, I was doing something last night, and I noticed like several times the screen was like pausing for like a whole second almost. And I was like, wait, that's fine. It can do that. It's not going to impact the game. And then there's one time I was probably like 3rd hit into a combo, so I still had 2 hits. It paused. But it came back and the opponent hit me, and I'm like, no, that's not cool. Because I'm fine with, like, if they're charging me and it pauses, and then they hit me, because they may have hit me anyways, but I didn't like it that there's no way, because normally, obviously, if you're in a 5-hit combo, there's no way that on the 3rd hit they're going to hit you back, right? So this was completely because of the pause in the game, and yeah, that's not cool. I mean, it didn't kill me or anything, but I just didn't like how that was impacting the end result of what I was doing. You know, it's weird. I don't know why, but I find the 4-star basic arena to be the most tedious. I find even the 3-star arena to be quicker. It's less points, obviously, for the 3-star arena, but also the 3 stars give you less points. But I just find I can get through them much faster than... Because even, yeah, so as long as I'm using 6 and 5 stars, it's not so bad. Yeah, you need higher score. But for whatever reason, the 1.5 million in the 4-star basic, I just find like it takes forever to get through. What? Oh, I have no idea why I did that. Man, I'm interested to see what kind of, well, I guess we won't really know, but what kind of impact these bans will end up having on the war season. I think, so the, whatever, the bans are the bans, is the end result of what happened, but I don't think we've had like a non-controversial season in a while. Yeah, but my problem now, Mr. Panaz, is that I have too much T1A. So I continually am trying to rank 5 stars. Well, I've got and I've got most of mine to R3, and I don't want to take many of them to R4. And I really don't want. I don't care how low level of a resource it is. I don't want any of my resources to expire. I want to always make sure there's like I'm using them on something. Yeah, Sith, the war, man, and it's unfortunate because I mean, war is the only really competitive aspect of the game, and like I can understand. Okay, so I'm okay if people cheat, like okay as in people will cheat, right? If there's repercussions for them, so be it. That's fine. But when the infrastructure, the working, the mechanics behind it are what are causing the problems, I think that's problematic. Like that's not cool. And for the last little while, like we had the thing where like the game was down for a couple days. Then there was all the issues with like the matchmaking or the scoring or whatever. Now I guess in this case it's not necessarily the mechanics, but it's still like the overarching control of it. That's it's not just kind of left to chance. I mean, the argument obviously is there. Well, if the people didn't take advantage of the bug, they wouldn't have been banned. Fine, but and yeah, no. I mean, if they're going to ban them, they need to ban them. See, again, forehead. I don't know why I keep doing that. If they're going to ban them, they need to ban them immediately, and it would have probably had less impact if they waited until the off season or whatever. But it's good to know that you concur. Governor. All right, pal. Have a good one. So, so as far as like the YouTube thing goes, I'm pretty much just gonna do Arena. I might do like Event Quest or Variant 5, like streaming or something like that. But I never intended to be doing this myself, so it was never like something, if I YouTube, this is what I'm gonna do. But I've said to a couple people now something that I want to see, and I think I'll do it if there's another YouTuber that wants to, but I'm not gonna be, I'll bring up the idea, but I'm not gonna be the one to initiate it or start it on my stream. But if, as the YouTuber, so KT1 used to do incursions with his subscribers. So what I was suggesting, okay, and you had things like BG and Legacy a couple nights ago where they were both doing incursions, right? And you could view their gameplay by going to each specific stream. But what I think would be cool, because what you can do is, so let's say right now, I had Discord open, right? And there was somebody in Discord. They could be within Discord, they could be streaming what they were doing on their phone. And then I can take that as a screen capture and share it on my stream. So I could have half of my stream being my phone and the other half being their phone. So as the viewer, you would see the incursion run, but as both people are playing. And I think that'd be kind of cool, just so that you could see like side by side as we're playing. But what I'm thinking would be kind of neat too. So you could do that. But then you could also do like, so if you're farming pots from ROL, you could do a race, right? To see who gets ROL done first. I mean, so initially I was thinking, I would do it with somebody who has an Aegon or whatever, but at the end of the day, I mean, I don't really care about who gets done first or how fast. It's just a matter of you're farming pots, it's kind of a boring, mundane thing to do. But if you add that competitive aspect to it, it just makes it more interesting. But to like an extension from that, you could, so as the streamer, you could do that kind of thing with subscribers. So long as they have Discord and they're able to share their screen on Discord, the streamer can then share the subscriber screen from Discord, and then you're both competing on the stream together. Sith, I don't know if that rebalancing thing is going to ever happen, to be honest. I think there's always going to be some kind of issue or whatever. And there's definitely, as long as people can play the system to their advantage, that's going to happen too. Like, what is it, like the Shell Alliance thing and stuff like that. Yeah, no, I don't think they should pause war. Just let things play out as they normally would. The people getting the ban suffer the consequences. I just think it's unfortunate that for the other 29 people in whatever alliance, right? Now, that being said, if my alliance comes across an alliance where we see, a member or two that have been offline for a couple days, I'll be more than happy to take that win. But it's definitely unfortunate for that other alliance. All right, let me have a little bit of tea here, a little bit of tea. So what are you up to currently, Grim? So normally if you put a little bit of sugar in your tea, it brings out more flavor. But I figured I'd try honey, and so far I'm not finding it really does I think sugar is a better substance to make the flavor pop. What did I have yesterday? I had an apple cider or something maybe? And today I'm having cinnamon tea. I haven't had tea in a long time. I used to have tea at work. I'd have tea in the morning, so just as my day was getting started, and usually I'd have a what are you eating? And then have a cup of tea after lunch at work. Oh, I just realized why I'm only doing the 4-hit combos. Okay. It's because of my hand placement with the cord plugged into the phone or into the computer. Yeah, I don't know why that's making me do that, but. Man, there seems like there's a lot of people, or I shouldn't say a lot, but I've seen several posts on the forums of people who got banned who are like, I'm not playing this game anymore or whatever. And I think especially, if you've been playing, well, probably any amount of time, and for the most part you've never like taken advantage of something. And for something like this, where you would have thought, like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, and then boom, you're banned for 7 days, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Oh yeah, I'm always drinking iced tea, but iced tea doesn't count as tea. why do you figure you need to why do you figure you need to work more on Act 6 Sith? Like for champions, or just like difficult content stuff? I haven't done much of Cav. I only did the first quest. Yeah, I completed the first quest. I didn't find it too bad. I realized that there was the benefit if you're using a specific class, but I didn't. Oh yeah, I did have Nick, so I didn't purposely use that to my advantage, but going forward I will, and I think that will make it even easier. So like the next quest, I think it's Science Champs get something, and it's you need to have 3 debuffs on the opponent to do damage, so I'll be using Void for that. But I think what I'll do, because I'm going to have suicides like I always do, so I think I'll have Void, Gladiator, Hulk, Captain, Infinity War, because Gladiator, Hulk, and Cap IW, they have a synergy where any Science Champs will take, or they'll reduce the attack of your opponent. So yeah, so if I, like any block damage and stuff like that will be less. And then, so that's the first 3, which will all be Science, and then I'll have, so, yeah, actually I'm not, that's what I was initially thinking, but then I'm thinking, and then also Nick and DPX. Then the other thought was, okay, so Nick, DPX, Void, and maybe Killmonger, because then Killmonger will just give, every time a Intimidating Presence debuff is applied, I get 1% health back. And that would only be to kind of offset the damage from suicides. Yeah, Sith, but I think some of the nodes are new as well. Yeah, I haven't done much of Cav, so I'm not sure. I'm just thinking. I think there was one node in the first quest that was I don't remember seeing before. There are definitely other nodes from Act 6 and other areas for sure, but there's also like brand new ones. Yeah, but with the tech, that's just draining. Oh, is there a path that like they've got power gain or something? Because with the tech, it's just that he drains when they use a special, their power drains to 0. Because I was thinking another option for that path where they need X amount of debuffs would be Hyperion, but then having to spam the L1s with suicides on, it's kind of a no-go. Although, well, no, because I mean, I've only got a month to get Cav done. Because I'm thinking when I do Variant 5, that I'll take suicides off for most of that. So I mean, I could kind of do some of Variant 5, some of Cav. But I think at the end of the day too, because for most of the first quest I used Ghost. So I mean, if I can Ghost a lot of it, that's what I'll do. And then that makes suicides relevant. Take Hood, and then I don't need to worry about recoil. So somebody yesterday was saying that recoil was, or not recoil, that Ghost phasing through recoil was bugged, but I tried it a couple fights in ROL and it seemed fine. So I don't know, because then I actually within Discord streamed it a couple times, and showed like that you were able to do it fine, and they were like, oh, that's how you do it. So I don't know if maybe they just weren't doing it properly or their timing had been off or something. Yeah, hype is not, hype would be good if I didn't have suicides. He'd be great for that, but with the suicides, no. So there was a node like that in, I think it was Canadian difficulty, where I did use hype, but now in Canadian difficulty there was only 3 fights, I think, so it wasn't too bad. But where you're doing a normal path, yeah, you wouldn't be able. I mean, I guess with him you could do it maybe for 2 fights, then the 3rd fight, wait until the L3, throw the L3, pop your power gain or your regen, and kind of rinse and repeat. Although that's making the path longer than need be. Where I mean, you could just use Void. So. Have most of you guys done some cav? No, because the spores are a passive, so they don't count as a debuff. Well, yeah, it won't inflict the damage anyways, for that one in particular. Which is odd though, because voids. Just thinking about that, because void does work, but his are passives too. And well, actually, his debuffs don't themselves cause damage. How does that work for void? Because basically, it's any debuff. Because yeah, that's true. Even if it's a non-damaging debuff, void will inflict damage because of that. Just because you've got the debuff. I need to check on war in a second, and I may need to pause for a second. I usually record our defensive kills, but I try to wait until like the last hour to half hour before it's done, just to give the opponent time to get as much done as they're going to, rather than me like recording it once and then having to go back and update if they've killed more. Every time. You'd think I'd know that, like, just by default. Not all I gotta do is block through that and it's no problem, but every time I dash back and every time he hits instance. It hasn't ended yet, Melvina. I got probably about another 45 minutes, half an hour. How's your morning going? I lost that last match, didn't I? So I need to be careful. Yeah, Mel, I don't know what's going on with that, man, because I can't see why they still have that offline. Like, because I think the fix for that is very simple, right? Like, for whatever reason the key had unlimited use, they just make sure that it's, a one use and then the key is gone from the inventory, and then that resolves the issue. So I don't know why they've still got the Treasure Island offline, unless maybe they're doing that until they go through all the bans and stuff. But I can't see why. I can't see them having that offline because they figure it's still exploitable. And even then, I mean, people now realize that if they take advantage of it, they're going to get banned. So that should reduce the amount of people taking advantage of it, right? Okay, so we got an hour and a half for war. I think this thing boss is still up. Oh, and he's still got quite a bit of health. Alright, let me throw Proxima at him. I don't think I'm going to do much. Actually, this is a bad idea. I'm not going to have sound. Oy. Okay. I see you. Now, of course, that would have been so much better if it was the intercept one. But no. I should have let him hit me. Damn it. Okay. There we go. Yeah, this is regardless not going to do much damage against him. This sucks because I gotta hit him to back him up, but I need to get. Oh wow! What was that? What, like half health? One hit and it's gone? Lord. Wow, that basically, I was in there for what, 2 minutes? 2 minutes and a bit? Basically did nothing. Crazy like a fox. How much time? We got an hour and a half. Okay. So I'll check back on more in 45 minutes. Where are we on the 6 stars? Okay, hour. So yeah, I'm probably going to be going for about another hour and a half, Melvin. Wait until the 6 stars are up and then run them. So once I get these 4 stars done, I'll switch over to 3 stars. And then once I'm done with the arenas, take a break for about half an hour to an hour. I won't be streaming it, but then I'll be back to doing Abyss. Hoping to get a little bit more than halfway by the end of the day. I don't know how people manage to do that in like one sitting. Holy cow. I think maybe that's one of the reasons I like Arena. Do a couple Arena matches, get up, use the washroom, get something to drink, whatever, and then come back. And although I don't, no, questing isn't bad either, because I mean, you do a path or two, and same thing, get up and do something, and then go do another path or two. Which I suppose actually is the same thing with Abyss. The only difference is for Abyss, it's not a path or two, it's a fight or two. Dude, my 6 stars are not good. I've got a couple good 6 stars, yes. But in general, my 6 stars are not good. And my science 6 stars, oh lord. I've got, well actually, okay, so for the science 6 stars, the best ones that I have, or the best ones I think I have, are R2. But they're not R2 because I wanted them to be. They're R2 because I had science resources that were going to expire and I needed to use them somewhere. And I had no 5 stars that science 5 stars that I wanted to use the resources on, so they ended up having to go to the 6 stars. Okay, when you're back, well, I'm still not going to hear that either. I was going to say when you're back, let me know, Melvin. So here are my science 6 stars. Monsieur Bonaz. So Galk is R2. I should have taken him to R2 a long time ago. I took him to R2 relatively recently, and again, it's because of the expiring items. So the first one that actually the only one I took to R2 that I had a specific use for was Beardo. And the use obviously was the last 10% of the champion boss in 6.2. And it paid off. He definitely helped for that. And then I took Electro to R2 for defense, because previously we were running the global where the villains got the benefit. So that's why I took him to R2. I think it was like 2 days after I did that was when they came out that they were changing the globals. So I took Electro to R2 and he hasn't been placed on defense since. Then I did Invisible Woman. She's the most recent. And when I did her, I was contemplating between Invisible Woman and Wasp. And the only reason I went with Invisible Woman at the time was simply because of suicide. So because with her shield at the beginning, she's going to mitigate the damage of suicides. So her shield is going to absorb a lot of the damage from the bleed. And by the time the shield has expired, the bleed is almost done. So that's basically why I took her to R2, even though I don't use her very much. But I'm going to have to do another R2 science, and it's going to be Wasp. either Wasp or Red Hulk, but I think Wasp most likely. So, but Science, by far, that's the class I have the majority of my 6 stars in. And the only Science champ I want as a 5 or a 6 star, and for the last like 3 months, has been Torch. And of course, nope. I've come, I don't know how many times actually, I have opened something and it looked like it stopped, it was going to stop on Torch, and didn't happen. I have a very strong suspicion that when I finish Abyss, you get 30,000 6-star shards, so 3 basic 6-star crystals. I'm pretty sure one of those is going to be Torch. And outside of Abyss, I have no use for Torch. I'm sure that future content is going to be useful. Yeah, except my Cap IW isn't duped. So, that being said, what I wanted him for was his block proficiency, which it paid off. So, I didn't need his duped ability for why I wanted to use him. So it was fine. Yeah, okay, no, there's definitely been a couple cases where I would have used him if he was duped. The Mysterio fight in Act 6-3? 6-3 or 6-4? I would have definitely used him there. Alright, just don't let your wife know. Okay. I'm gonna get this match done, or this series, and then I will be right back. Well, everybody else is BRB, so I may as well BRB too, right? This is the earliest I've ever gotten my 4-star basic done. Normally I'm getting it done on the 3rd day. If I'd been more disciplined, I would have been able to get it done yesterday actually, but well, it was actually midway through the day where they announced that Aegon had been fixed, so it wasn't until then that I decided I was going to get the arenas done quick or sooner. Alright, I'll be right back. And back I am. Oh, jeez. None of the other slackers are back. Terrible. Yeah, so that didn't apply to you if you've been here the whole time. So I was talking about the slackers that had to go BRB. Have you tried the Omega Boss Rush on any difficulty, Grim? Nice hit. I think I'm gonna end up auto fighting the previous heroic difficulties because I think you get 1 or 2 T4B from the final one. So I'll unlock the final one and then do that one as well. I already did the master. I'll do the epic probably by mid next week, and then from there the rest of my energy will just go to Cavalier Uncollected and then any farming. I don't think I like how they've changed the White Magneto's L1. They switched his L1 and L2s. I don't think I like that very much. Oh really, Sith? Okay. Although that is why I'm putting it off. Like I had thought of doing that yesterday, but I want to make sure that all of my items are going to go toward Abyss because I know I'm going to use them all there for sure. So I didn't want to do something else that would be taking them up. I think I'll do it though, kind of. So partly why I'm doing this today tomorrow is because we don't have AQ. Then War Attack is not active today. I think I'll probably do the same thing with the epic boss rush, or the epic Omega boss rush thing. Do it when AQ and War are down. Mr. PC, how goes it? How goes it? Yeah, because by doing it when AQ and War aren't active, then I have every champ available. So, although, yeah, because I think I'm going to have Nick Fury, who I have on defense. I think I'll probably have Corvus Glaive, who I use for AQ attack. So, yeah. Although, because initially I was thinking to use Aegon for it. Which I don't use him anywhere, so, but I think having Corvus there for sure is going to be beneficial. Actually, maybe I could just use Corvus as the main attacker, because I'm going to get 2 charges off of the 3rd fight. I think Namor is the 3rd fight, so that will give me the Mutant and the Avenger charge. Then I will get the Evade charge off of Stealthy. I'll get the Tech charge. I think the first option would be Gilly 2099. I don't think there's a tech prior to her. Yeah. Yeah, so the concept of the legend title is still going to be there, but it's going to be, I think it's going to be a different name. So like currently, the thing is legend, and then I don't think it's going to be changed until 2021. So up until 2021, you can still get the legend title, but then after that, I don't know what they'll change it to. And I think, yeah. So actually, the way it works is still good. It's still the same currently. You just have to do heroic and master. So, yeah. But then when the title system changes, I believe it's going to be uncollected and cab that you'll have to do it for. So, so it will work out well for me, but I think it's gonna kind of suck overall because when it changes to the uncollected, or when the legend system changes, basically anybody who's got R3, Corvus, Ghost, or other really fast champs, they're gonna be at an advantage. So prior to being able to R5 a 5-star, everybody was kind of in the same boat. Yes, you had certain champions that were better and faster than others, but I think it was more competitive actually, because I got my Legends title using Gwenpool. And then I think, so that was the initial one that I got, and I think I may have done it 2 other times, just for the hell of it. I'm trying to think who I would have used. I never used Blade, and I don't think I used Gwenpool. I think I only did it 3 times, and I don't think I used Gwenpool all 3 times. So I don't know who else I would have used. I was at one point thinking just for kicks to try it with R3 Corvus. But one, I'm pretty sure I would get it. So what's the point? I don't need more T4CC. So one, I don't want to use the energy. I'm pretty sure I would be successful, in which case, I mean, it's only 1 spot. There's only 100 spots. So I figured I already have the title, so why? So yeah, so it's a lot less of a challenge using an R3 Corvus, obviously. So I figure, yeah, just not do it. Don't be a dick and take the spot away from somebody else. So that wasn't the main reason I'm not doing it. The main reason was the energy use, and there's not much benefit. But also the consideration of, like I said, I'm pretty sure I would get one of the top times. And yeah, that would just be taken away from someone else. And I'm not saying I would get one of the top times because I'm good. I'm saying I'd get one of the top times because I'd be using an R3 Corvus. So, waffles. No. Well, but to be fair though, for the arena, I could see somebody. If I had the time and, no, what am I saying? I definitely have the time. That's not an issue. If I had the desire to get champions through arena, I would do it. I wouldn't go for, like, if I already had the champ. If it was somebody that had to be duped, then yes, I would do it. But if it was somebody that, you don't need to have them duped, then hell no. I mean, no way I'd be putting myself through that nonsense. What are you going to put on the waffles, Melvin? Oh yeah, Sith, if you don't have the title already, absolutely. I think, and that's what I was saying, right? So right now, you know what though? It might be actually the same issue currently as it will be when it changes. Because right now, people with R3 Corvus, R3 Ghost, I don't know who else would be able to run through that like crazy. But anyways, so right now you have people with R3s that are doing it. If you're looking at using a max 5-star, I don't think there's any way you're going to be able to compete with somebody running an R3, which is going to definitely be the case when they switch it over to being uncollected cab as well. So yeah, so basically if you're not running an R2, R3, I don't know if you if you've got a chance. And how's the packing going, June? Getting her done? So when do you physically start moving stuff over? So Melvin, no like strawberries or bananas or anything like that? Just syrup? So Sith, you were saying that you spent a bunch of items on Epic Omega Boss Rush. I've been seeing a few people saying like they've been spending a fair bit on it. And I would think that the Master and the Epic should be like not miles apart in difficulty. Maybe they are, but I did Master and I think I only used one revive. And after I used the revive, I was like, there was no need to do that, because I used the revive on Aegon. I think I was about halfway through, and I had Corvus on the team, and Corvus would have finished the rest out anyway. So I don't know why I used the revive. But like I said, I don't know. Like maybe there's a big difference between Master and Epic. So I know that obviously they've got more health pools, and I think there's like 1 or 2 nodes. Additional nodes as well, which, yeah, actually that's fair, because that could make a substantial difference. So but there was one streamer, I think they were expecting it to be pretty straightforward, but it took them, I think, a lot longer than they expected, and it was much more costly too. So you're gonna have waffles then pizza, man. Yeah, so maybe I shouldn't say anything yet. If I'm having to use a revive and Master, who knows what I could have to use for Epic. Maybe I'll have to sell my firstborn. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I guess, like rather than nerfing a champion directly, they just put nodes that will counter specific champions. Unfortunately, doing that though impacts other like ones that they're not intending to. Like for example, putting a node where you get an armor break at the beginning. Well, obviously that's there to impact Ghost. It's going to end up impacting everybody. But Ghost is probably the main target. Like I think somebody like Arcus, Silver Surfer. Was there anyone else? Not so much Annihilus, but Arcus and Silver Surfer I really don't like, because they place the armor break on you without touching you. I don't like that at all. I realize that somebody like what the hell? Abomination does a similar thing with poison. Although at least then you're hitting him. But yeah, I really don't like because actually, to be honest though, the armor break one, I think you have to be, like, if you think about it, right? If something has armor, in order to damage that armor, you should be impacting it, right? Like, you shouldn't be able to damage the armor at a distance. Like, it doesn't seem very logical. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll probably just end up brute forcing my way with Corvus. The main fight that I would be concerned about would be Mojo. I guess for the most part though, if I just play it aggressively and keep parrying him, it wouldn't be too bad. Just so long as I don't get the dexterity buff on me, shouldn't have to worry about the degen. I probably still have to worry about the poison for proximity, but and what I ended up doing the last time for Mojo was I brought in Captain Infinity War and Gladiator Hulk to reduce the attack, and then also because of the passive degen, Gladiator Hulk's going to heal up from it. So yeah, that is true, isn't it? Well, you weren't gone very... Oh, okay. You were AFK while getting your syrup on your waffles. Waffles. Yeah, I think the Mojo one, I initially had issues with it because I didn't realize why I kept getting the degen. And then once I did, I didn't change my play, I just brought in different champions. Because yeah, maybe if I changed the way I was playing him, it would have resolved my problems with him as well. But I just realized that, yeah, the Gladiator Hulk Cap IW synergy would make it easier. Oh yeah, so June, when are you expecting to physically be moving items between the two places? You figure that's today or over the weekend? Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up just saving up some keys and later on going in and doing a bunch of it at once. I don't think I'm going to do it on a daily basis. Considering it's zero energy use anyways, I think I'll probably do it on like a Sunday after the Sunday arenas are done and there's nothing else in game really to do. I think that's probably when I'll end up doing the Treasure Island stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for specific items, then doing it on a daily. You know what though? I don't know. Even then, I don't know if it's a good idea because the longer you wait, the more information about like what's where will be available. Meaning that if you want something in particular, if you wait a few days, you're more likely to be able to say, "Oh, I want whatever item." That was interesting. I want whatever item, so this is where I need to go. Whereas if you do it on a daily basis, you won't necessarily have as good of an idea of where to go for what you want. But tier 4 basic mystic? You mean T4CC? Because I think the T4CC, I think it's random. I don't think there's specific classes. I'm not sure though. You can get T4CC from the Glory Store too, I think. And I think you can get catalysts of specific classes. Let's check after this. Yeah. But he hasn't posted that map, has he? He's just still been taking information? Which obviously the past couple days he hasn't been able to take any information. Yeah, when I saw that on the forums, initially I was like, well, what's the point of that? And then I was like, oh, okay. So I ended up recording the info for my one go through and submitting it. So something I'm not too sure about. So in the post regarding the rewards for it, I thought they said there were 2 awakening gems. So I thought that meant you could only get 2. But apparently there was someone that got 6 when the exploit was on. So if you could run it multiple times and get 6, then that means there's more than just 2, right? Oh, I wonder then if they messed up with the distribution of rewards, and that could be also why it was offline so long. Yeah. Yeah, I know whatever it was is that they were, like, after one use, the key was supposed to be gone, but that wasn't the case. So yeah, they were able to use the key multiple times. So I tried to use it more than once, but it, you know what? I'm just thinking about it now, and maybe I could have, but because it looked like it was locked, I just didn't try. Huh. Oh well. Okay, so let's take a look at the Glory store. Alright, I'm on pace kind of for where I want to be in arenas. Very good. No, Glory. Yeah, oh, okay, never mind. It's not not very much, but you can target specific classes, Melvin. And then you can get the, you can get 5 of them. I didn't realize you could get that many of the random T4CC crystals from Glory. Although, to be honest, I don't like spending any kind of currency on something that I don't know exactly what I'm getting. So, like, yeah, you're spending, what's the max? Over 2,000 Glory for 5 of the T5CC crystals, but you don't know, or T4CC crystals, but you don't know what you're getting, right? It's random. So for me, I think that even though it's not very much and it's only the fragments, this is actually better because you know what you're getting. Yeah, so I try not to spend any, like, I wouldn't spend units, I don't want to spend Glory on something that I don't know exactly what I'm getting. Okay, I got 16 hours for this. I want to use this while I'm running Abyss, and I'll use that. And I've got 1 for Mystic as well. Alright, we're down to an hour left on War. So in about 20 minutes I'm going to take a quick break. Oh wait, I might actually be able to do it right now. And just record what, okay, so they still got 6 to go. So yeah, I'll give it another 20. Yeah, well, you could use the Mystic ISO on anybody, right? You just don't get the benefit of using the proper class, but I mean, rather than letting it expire. Alternatively, you could sell it for gold. But you would have used, what, that special boost? What do you mean by T4B Mystic? Because they're different things, right? Like there's T4B, and then there's T4 Mystic. They're 2 different things. Yeah. So, I mean, I only did 1 run of the Treasure Island thing, but it's basically all random, right? Like there's chance at things, but well, I guess that's the point of the guy doing the map, is to be able to say this is what's, yeah, okay. I will definitely be waiting until there is something like that, so that if I want something in particular, I know where to go. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if this is purposeful or not, but I'm finding, I figured as soon as I started saying it. Anyways, usually after using Mr. Sinister's L1, the opponent will turtle up, because if they use their, or not, after I use my L1, sorry. So normally I'd use my L1, they'll come at me, I'll stun them, and then hold my heavy, because it pauses the duration of debuffs. So it means that the stun lasts longer, the bleed, the poison, and the degen that I've transferred onto them all last longer. So normally I'll use my L1 and then they'll just sit there and block, because then I can't hold my heavy and extend those debuffs. Of course, because I started saying that, right after I used my L1, he charged me and I was able to stun him and yeah. No, I wasn't correcting you. I just wasn't sure what you meant. I don't like fighting against Nova. He's actually kind of fun to fight with, though, or to fight as. But Nova and Annie, I don't care fighting against. Alright, let's see where our 6 stars are at. We should be probably about 7 to 12 minutes before I can start using 6 stars. Look here, Mr. February 20th. Why are you behind? Did you start late or? Okay, but not doing arena doesn't affect the arena. It's only a detriment to you. Or you're talking about the... Oh, somebody's going fast. You're talking about the 5-star feature arena? Or the 4-star feature arena. I think the best one, supposedly, to get the points most efficiently is the 4-star basic. So if you're not running 6 stars, and if you don't have, well, yeah, no, you still want to get your 6 stars or 5 stars done first, just because their cooldown is longer. And then after that, do the 4-star basic arena probably. I usually do the 4-star basic. Yeah, so the 4-star basic and the 3-star are usually the last ones I run. But if you don't have as large of a roster for 5 or 6 stars, then you probably want to get that 4-star basic done sooner. Oh Lord, this guy is not being very friendly today. Is that in regards to them getting rid of the completion rewards? Because I think when they were initially talking about it, they were saying that the Cavalier difficulty wouldn't have completion rewards. But I don't think they said anything about the UC difficulty. I suppose another thing I could do is just take a look at the forums, couldn't I? That's another option. Another option. Yeah, man. Until things are live in game. What? Why are all the rewards visible in the treasure island event? I don't understand this in treasure island. Oh, did they mess it up again? Huh? Oh Lord. Are you kidding me? Oh. Oh my Lord. Have any of you guys been into the treasure island since it came back up? So apparently all of the rewards are visible. So the entire theme of it has been lost. Okay, let me get this done and I'm gonna go take a look. Wow. How? Okay, but I won't say anything until I actually go in and see if that truly is the case. But yes, but in this case, it's actually good for the players because you don't have to guess where each item is. Apparently, it's just going to show you on the map. I feel bad for. Oh wait, is that what they just said? I think so. I think basically you enter the map and you see what all of the rewards are. So, you know what's going to happen now? Oh my Lord. So, okay. So people that have saved up multiple keys, they're going to have to leave it like this. They're going to have to leave it like this. Because if you have saved up multiple keys and all of the rewards are visible currently, so if you have multiple keys, you can go in, grab the reward you want, and there's no risk, right? If they change that, then the people they could turn around and say this is another exploit. Don't do it. Oh, Jesus. How stupid. All right. I need to stop saying anything until I go and take a look myself. Wait a second here. Treasure. Is that different? No. Okay. I know, eh? Oh my God. You know what? 100%, I actually don't know. I honestly do not know. This is definitely not intentional. So if we take advantage of this, are we exploiting it? Hang on, I'm gonna go send this to my alliance. I'll still be here, but I'm just gonna put my pause screen up. Wow, wow. Okay. I actually may end my so. Oh, what? Okay. I didn't realize. Okay. I didn't realize you can pick up 3 T4B from one spot. Oh, Lord. Yeah, they have to leave this up. They have to leave it like this. Well, there's your Awakening Gem, Mel. Go pick that up as many times as you want. No, yeah. Okay, hang on. Here's the post that they have in regards to it. Make that a little bit bigger. So let's go from the beginning. Dun, dun, dun. So the quest is back up and the rewards are all visible. Okay, so that was the initial post. Obviously, see where they are. Anyway, for all you wondering where the gem was, so good, saved up so much time. Are we going to get in trouble if this is a bug too? Watch them ban everybody that entered it. I could absolutely see that. F to cat. That's the person that was trying to make the treasure map. No, please don't say it's a bug. Well, Kabam did promise more transparency. So from Kabam Mike, unfortunately, to fix the bug, it meant that we had to make the rewards visible. I did reach out to Kat before this went live to let her know. And if there was any way to keep them invisible still, we would have done it. So their entire concept of this treasure island and the pirate aspect, it's all gone. Absolutely great for us as the players, because yeah, we can just go and pick up what we want, but absolutely stupid on their part. Yeah, well, you guys see what I'm going through. So people are asking whether or not this is intentional, if blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? Wow, 100%, I do not know if we do this, because it's obviously not the way it's supposed to work. We know that, absolutely, we know that. So if we do this, we're exploiting it. Wow. Basically, right now, I don't know. Can I play their game without getting banned? I 100% do not know. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. So my concern right now, if I go and run this and pick up whatever item, and then in 5 hours they come out and say it's an exploit, I get banned, I'm a quarter way through the abyss. I mean, I guess I'm banned, so I'm stuck there, so be it. But then I've got the next 7 days where I can't do AQ, I can't do war. Pretty much once I'm able to get back in the game, I would have another half day of running the abyss, which means I still can't participate in. So yeah, I think yeah. Okay, you know what? So in my case, there is nothing here that I absolutely need. These three T4B would be really nice. I don't need them, so I'm just not going to risk it. I'll wait until later on. I mean, I guess people could screenshot where things are, which is probably what people will do. Okay, you know what, Melvin? That's what I would do if I were you. Take a screenshot of where the rewards are, give it a day or two, and if it isn't resolved in a day or two, good, then you're fine. You're still getting the keys, so you're still going to be able to enter. But if they come back and say, you know, anyone that's run it right now, they've exploited, then you're not at risk of any repercussions, but you still then know where the items are. So yeah, take screenshots of what you're interested in. I'm guessing like the Awakening Gem, right? So take a screenshot of where that is. Give it 2 days. If it's still visible, go and run it. Grab it as many times as you want. If it isn't visible like it is right now, you have the screenshot so you still know where it is. I know it's going to be kind of annoying because you want to go and get it right away, but this, by doing it this way, you're not putting yourself at risk. So yeah, that's what I would do if I were you. So for myself, yeah, the only thing I would want is the T4Bs. So yeah, actually, you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to take a screenshot of where the T4Bs are. So the third path on the left, and I'll keep that for a couple days. If come Sunday this is still open like this, I'll run it. If it's not, if they are hidden, I've got the screenshot of where it is, and I'll just go in and grab them. But yeah, I will not do it today. So yeah. I gotta say, this is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. But, yeah, I think though, because there's been a couple comments in the forums, people saying, okay, so they did it previously, the item that, or like the path they went, the item is still there, blah blah blah. So it seems as though the things just keep respawning. Basically, they've botched this event terribly. Those who catch thieves. Those who catch thieves. So I'm guessing what would they be, like Punisher 2099 and Punisher? That's the only thing I can think of. Oh, 33 minutes. Okay, I am. What do we got? 3. Okay, so Melvin, I can end the stream now because I'm gonna pause it for a second to finish off the war info. So, okay, so I can finish the stream now, pause it, stay on voice, do what I gotta do, and then come back, or just end it here. What do you think? What doth you thinketh? Yeah, actually I'm gonna end the stream here, finish off my 6 stars, and then get the Abyss started. So, let's go say howdy dowdy to Mr. LBG, and we'll go in there with clear it up as usual. So that's that, people. Alright guys, thanks for coming, hanging out, keeping me company. Have a good one. Take care.